Well, thank you everyone for coming out and listening to the forum this evening. It's a pleasure to be in the strong Democratic stronghold of Putnam. My name is Dr. Rich Becker, and I'm a cardiologist and a councilman from 20 minutes west of here, if I'm pointing in the right direction, of Cortlandt Manor. And you know, a race for Congress can seem as a very complicated, complex issue, but this one is actually much more simple. It comes down to a single question. How do we get Washington working again for the middle class? I've always been good at solving problems and building coalitions, and I've been serving this community as a physician for over 30 years. I've lived and raised my family here. I've always been a member of the middle class, and I've been working as a physician, working one-on-one with my patients, trying to solve their problems. And although I can't stand here tonight and say that I've cured them all, I can tell you that I've given them all my very best at trying to help them solve their problems. And I believe very strongly that the middle class has earned the safety and security that it deserves, and that I strongly oppose the Republicans who have declared war on women and who are trying to marginalize them. I'm a strong advocate for the environment, and I believe that it's important to stand up and fight for what you believe in. And if you guys support me and send me to Washington, those are the life experiences and those are the values that I will take with me as I represent you. Now, we have real problems in this country, and we need immediate solution. And the Republican Party and Nan Hayworth, they're just not listening to us. Nan Hayworth is listening to the Tea Party. She's listening to her big donors, and she's listening to John Boehner, Eric Cantor, and Paul Ryan, but she's not listening to us, and we deserve better. Now, I wasn't always going to run for Congress, but then Nan Hayworth did one of the most dishonest things I've ever seen done by a politician. She went to Washington and she voted for the Paul Ryan bill, which was a plan to change Medicare and destroy it from a government program to a private health insurance program in which we'd be given a voucher. Nan Hayworth is a doctor, a physician, just like I am. She should have known better. But what really lit me up and set me off and made it clear to me that I had to run for Congress is when Nan Hayworth came back to this district, and instead of standing up and defending her vote, she sent us all a mailer that claimed that she saved Medicare. She had the audacity to assume that we wouldn't notice that she's lying. And that's really what's wrong with Congress today, and why we need a better representative. She's more interested in representing her own needs and advancing her career and voting along with Paul Ryan than she is in representing this district. The main issue we have now is obviously the economy, and that means jobs. And we need to create good middle-class jobs in this community now. Nan Hayworth has had a series of job forms throughout the area, but that's just paying lip service to the problem because no one's hiring. I'm a small businessman. As a physician, I established 3 successful large medical practices: my own cardiology practice, a large multi-specialty group, and an inpatient medical group. And in the last 5 years, I've recruited over 50 doctors to this community and hundreds of employees. I know what it's like to walk into a bank with an idea and have to beg for a loan. I know what it's like to go pay every 2 weeks for a payroll, and I certainly know what it's like every month to have to come up with that hefty premium to pay the health insurance for all my employees. So I have a good background in small business, and I know I can help the government create good small businesses in this area. We need to start thinking out of the box and come up with really creative ideas. And I know that sounds trite to everyone. Everyone says that. But I've done that in my community. My patients, particularly my seniors, started coming to me and they said, "Hey, Doc, how low can I turn that thermostat before I get sick or before I catch a cold?" And that was shocking to me as a physician and as an American, that people were worried about turning their heat down so low that they would get sick. So I came up with a concept of Cortlandt Home Oil Program, which is nothing more than a co-op. It costs the government no money. It saves our seniors in our town about $300 that they can use to keep $300 a year that they can use to keep the thermostats up high adequately and to provide for food and medication. The program's been so successful, almost everyone in my town signed up for it. It's been picked up in Putnam Valley, in Yorktown, in Somers, and it's spreading. Nan Hayworth is just wrong for this district. She doesn't have the empathy and she lacks the compassion. She doesn't understand the fear and the insecurity that many of us have. She's wrong on health care, she's wrong on jobs, she's wrong on the environment, she's wrong on health insurance. And more importantly, she lacks the passion and the compassion to help us and to help those in need. We need someone who's going to go to Washington and fight for us. I'm going to speak more after the questions, but I'm giving the high sign, so I guess it's time. Thank you so much.